Hello friends, Dave Robinson from the Under Media Network, coming to you live from the Writers' Symposium here at GenCon2016. The Writers' Symposium, a constellation of stellar luminaries of the literary world. Seated beside me is one of the radiant stars thereof. Yes, we're all used to Dave's introductions at this point, right? The mighty Mur Lafferty, the Shambling Guide to New York, Ghost Train to New Orleans, the Heaven series, I Should Be Writing, Ditch Diggers. The media list really kind of goes on. And oh my goodness,
Zeta,
yes.
yeah.
Editor at Mothership Zeta, yes indeed.
Yeah.
Check that badassery out.
And the upcoming 6 weeks.
Yes, absolutely. And continuing to explore new narratives.
Yeah, I don't stop.
No, there's nothing to stop you. There's nothing to stop you. And that actually kind of ties into what we're talking about here at Gen Con.
I'm all about the segue.
That was beautiful. See, it's like we rehearsed this. We're exploring the modern storyteller, and this kind of came up. Obviously, the Ed Greenwood Group is all about the collaborative, shared world fiction and pushing the envelopes of storytelling. And we're sitting here at Gen Con, which is traditionally a gaming convention.
Right.
And there's a writers' symposium.
That's right. I'm very excited to be here. I've always wanted to come as a gamer, and now I'm here as a writer. It's very weird.
And that's kind of my point. That is weird. Something has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Something has changed in the publishers. Something has changed in the consumer/reader/gamer, where story has become more important. Where especially in our games now, you look at like Dragon Age.
Mm-hmm.
The narrative arc of Dragon Age, the character depth of Dragon Age. You compare that to something that came out 10, 15 years ago?
I didn't have a crush on any game characters 10 or 15 years ago. I can
There
tell
you
that.
go, exactly. So in all of our entertainment media, even film, looking at there's a drive towards better story, better character.
Yeah.
What opportunities do you think that opens up for a storyteller to explore?
I think we're the ones opening those doors. I mean, we're the ones who are pushing the limits of all of those possibilities to tell stories. You can do. It's a lot easier for like someone like me. I haven't yet, but I want to do like some sort of interactive fiction or video game. It's a lot easier for someone to self-publish something.
Right.
And, you don't
Which allows you to push the envelope a lot more when you are free from those publishing constraints.
And it's one of those interesting things about self-publishing, which is, like, I can have, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I just went blank. I'm tired.
That stuff happens.
I can have a certain number of sales via self-publishing that would be just fine for me and make me enough money to make me happy, while that number of sales would not please a publisher.
Right.
And so it's, a lot of people are moving away from traditional publishing. Traditional publishing still has its perks.
Sure.
So I won't
absolutely.
say I'm definitely not a completely anti-traditional publishing.
You embrace
more
the
of a
hybrid model.
Hybrid model, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But interactive fiction, computer games are finding the need for more narrative right now. And it's like every time something like Dragon Age or Mass Effect raises the bar, the other video games are thinking, maybe
I need to hire some writers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, you've worked in the game industry.
Sort of.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
With White Wolf.
Oh yeah, well yeah, RPGs, yes.
Yes, I'm sorry, that's an important distinction, RPGs. Yes. Even those have changed, I think, in terms of the requirement of a strong villain. The bad guy, for the sake of being a bad guy, is no longer a valid bad guy anymore. I was talking to James Sutter recently, and he was talking about some of the things they're doing over at Paizo, where even the NPCs are becoming more well-fleshed, more authentic characters. And I think that's a lot of the influence that the writers have had on the game industry.
Well, there's the old adage of everybody is the hero of their own story. And this is a bit of a spoiler for one of my books, but there's two people who sort of move apart in a relationship because each one realizes that they can't support the other one in the incredible drama they're going through. Like, it's not just one person's having drama and the other person's just there as support. This other person's dealing with so much they realize they can't prop each other up. And I don't know if narratively that fits with any sort of trope, but it made sense to me that it's like, no, I have my stuff to deal with. I can't. I cannot support you right now because I just, So it's because I tried to think of that character as being the hero of their own story, even though they were not the hero of the story I was writing.
Right.
And so then they had their own agency and they had their own decisions to make.
Well, and I think that's interesting. I mean, you're saying I'm not sure, but it was the right thing to do for that story in that moment.
I thought so.
Going back to what you said earlier about how a certain threshold of sales for you is adequate, that won't work for a publisher, that would be disappointing for a publisher. That's interesting because you are then free, and all of us, as we pursue that hybrid model, are free to take risks like that. Being able to put a story out there, this feels right, but I don't know if it is right.
Right.
Let the fans decide. And then if those numbers reach a certain threshold, correct me if I'm wrong, but publishers will then take note.
It's got to be a really high threshold.
Okay.
Really high.
Okay. But that's how revolutions happen.
It is how revolutions happen. But one of the things about that is, just to be a little bit cautionary, is don't just throw whatever crap you want at the wall to see if it'll stick, because people who try out your first story, if it's absolute crap, are not going to buy your next story no matter how good it is.
Well, you have, to use you as an example, you have an exhaustive pool of beta readers. No, you don't. No, you have an editorial. You have your works edited, though, yes?
Oh, well, my self-published stuff?
Yeah.
Not that I haven't self-published anything in a while.
That's a good point.
I'm trying to think back.
That's a good point. Yeah. Going back.
I did employ somebody to do some edits on it, yes, but I don't have a large pool of beta readers.
Okay.
Kind of wish I did, but I don't.
You probably could if you asked.
Probably.
Yes, but that's a whole level of logistics. That's probably not something
probably
you want to
can't go into the
into.
details right now.
Well, but your point is well taken. Do not just take something first draft and throw it up there and hope for the best. There is a paradigm of beta readers, of editors, of what's the word? Not testing the waters, but gauging the quality of your fiction outside of your own aesthetic. Yeah, good.
Finding the holes, finding out what's not working, all that stuff.
We're inevitably too close to our fiction. It's
yeah.
impossible for us to gauge that.
Oh yeah.
So seeking that out, bonus points on that. But then it excites me to think that as we continue to explore narratives that the publishers, with probably good reason from a business standpoint, aren't going to pursue. At some point, Hugh Howey, somebody's going to come up with something that hits, that changes the way things are done. And that's going to happen at that grassroots self-pub, indie pub level.
Right.
So, cool.
It's a lot of persistence, a lot of trying new things, and a lot of not being afraid. And I've got those first two things. It's the third one I struggle with.
Yeah, and yet you keep coming back.
I try.
Rock on, Mur.
Thank you, Dave.
Friends, we will continue to bring you the awesomeness here at, where the hell are we again?
GenCon.
Thank you, yes, GenCon2016 and the Writers Symposium. Thanks so much for tuning in and loving you for the hearts. That's fabulous. And there's more coming, I promise. Stay tuned.